The interests that are anime, video games, manga, comics and films are popular medias all over the world that have fictional characters that we love. And have you ever wondered what they look like in real life? The answer to that is to dress up as them is the way to bring them to life. But you probably think that when you dress up as them, people will laugh and make fun at you. However, there are events that wearing these costumes plays a big role in. This is cosplay.
Hello, what is cosplay?
Cosplay is the act of dressing up as a character that you enjoy, usually from a Japanese anime or manga, but it can also be from something like a sci-fi or comic or superhero or anything like that. But it's more than just that, it's about the people you meet, the atmosphere you create and the community you make together in your fandom. Okay, Ben, what is cosplay to you?
To me, cosplay is about people dressing up as a character that they like. Like it can be from an anime, video games, manga, even comic books and sci-fi, and even films as well. What do you like about cosplay?
I like being a bit ridiculous, which, you know, it is. Cosplay is ridiculous. It is nice to kind of get together and let loose now and again. It's also nice to represent anime and manga and everything like that, because it's not something that a lot of people in everyday life like. So it's kind of like, it's nice to just kind of get to have fun representing that once in a while. But I think it's just nice that everyone gets together and has a bit of fun. So good. And what do you like about cosplay?
I like the fact that you can go to events, like going to conventions, to meet new people, see old friends, and see everyone's amazing costumes that they've made themselves. Okay, let's talk about your costume. Who is your character and what is your character from?
The character's name is Jin, and he's from an anime called Samurai Champloo. He's a Ronin, which is a samurai without a lord, and he's kind of like a lone wanderer, a mercenary for hire. He does whatever he needs doing. In the actual anime, he's been asked to escort this young woman to her father, wherever he is. So there's a lot of fighting. Okay, so tell us a bit about your costume. What is it? Who's the character? Where are they from?
The character I am is Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. He is an alchemist, and it's about two brothers, there's Edward Elric being one of them. Then they both tried to bring their dead mother back to life, but they failed and ended up losing a part of themselves. So Edward loses his arm and leg, and his brother loses his entire body, but with his soul bonded to a suit of armor. And they then go to an alchemy military to help try and find a way to get their bodies back to normal. I also like it because everyone in the series makes fun of Ed because he is a short character, and he gets angry whenever someone calls him short. Did you make or did you buy your costume?
The garment itself is bought, but there are certain elements of it which I did myself. For example, it does normally come with glasses, and I did take reading glasses and smash the lenses out of those to use as glasses. One other thing I did was I created a mask of our Chinese friend's face to wear to kind of create a concept character. But yes, for the actual garment itself is bought. And was your costume bought or made?
This costume was brought online. Right? It came with the coat and a jacket underneath, trousers. The character also wears gloves, which I had to buy them separately, and I also had to buy the wig separately. What do you think what the cosplay community would make a better place to be?
Well, I think that first thing we need to do is make people more aware of it and kind of what it is and what it stands for. You know, because a lot of people just think it's just a bunch of geeks getting together and messing around and annoying chavs. You know, it's what I think it would be good is if we had more events in built-up areas like London, or you know, and including other areas, because I know that it's extending to the east. But a good thing we could do is have it in the media. You know, like make people more aware of it, to see that a lot of hard work goes into it. You know, as opposed to it just being some fad that people do. It's actually quite a serious thing. A lot of hard work goes into it. And what do you think the cosplay community needs to do to make itself better?
I think that we should have more events, like conventions going on in the London area, and I think the people who does and doesn't cosplay need to appreciate the costumes that you're wearing, even if you made it yourself or you've brought it.
This is Megraloon Luca. She is a virtual singer from Vocaloid. Vocaloid is a software that you can synchronize lyrics by typing them in so that the virtual singers can sing them with their Japanese voices. Vocaloid is very popular in Japan, and they now have gigs in Japan with the Vocaloids being shown on a big projector with an orchestra playing in the background. This is Cloud Strife. He is the main protagonist from the video game Final Fantasy VII, and next to him is Sephiroth, who is the main antagonist from the same game. Final Fantasy VII was released on the PlayStation in 1996 in Japan, and it is one of the best games ever made, and so many people love playing it. Due to the game's popularity, it got a movie that's a follow-up to the game, a sequel, a prequel, and an anime prequel. This is Archie Clean. She is one of the protagonists from the video game Tales of Pantasia. Tales of Pantasia was released on the SNES in 1995, and it is a Japan-only game. The Tales of series is less popular than the Final Fantasy series, which means that most of the games are only available in Japan. I think that more Tales of games should be released outside Japan, because many people like playing them as well as the people in Japan. This is Vic Mignogna. He is the voice actor for Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. The character, as seen earlier in the interview and as now seen in the complete costume worn by myself. People wear these costumes not to impress but to express themselves to the characters they love. It doesn't matter if your costume was brought or you made it yourself. It's all about having fun and meeting new people.